Hey, 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 it's your boy. Disregard the music in the background. That's me trying to mod Fallout, but it doesn't crash. And it's been sitting there ever since for like 30 minutes. But today, I'm going to talk about Mickey Mouse is finally hitting the public domain. Here's what that means. Well, I think it's only the Steamboat Willie version, but I'll tell you what it means. Pepper your ass for some of the most low shit tier scary horror movies that come out based around these IPs. I think mascot horror is one of the main trends that's going along. So you have Poppy's Playhouse, Five Nights at Freddy's is a classic. You have Garten of Banban. So I do see this one. Oh yeah, and there's also that Winnie the Pooh horror movie, which was complete ass. But that's neither here nor there. So be prepared because you're going to get yourself a shit tier horror movie, probably made with what 10 grand, and will probably do good because I think there's horror movies that are okay, but movies don't really scare me in particular. But I mean, it's just sort of been this fad to go see shit tier horror movies just to see what happens. That's why you have Blumhouse, which whips out a horror movie with like what, a couple grand, then end up making millions. But that's neither here nor there. New Year's Day now doubles as Public Domain Day, when a fresh trove of vintage artistic creations became available each year for anyone to use, adapt and exploit as copyrights expire. At, and at least emblematically, the big game this year is the first cinematic iteration of Mickey Mouse, the poster rodent for extended copyright protection. Yeah, see, this is also a thing. I don't know if they actually really did much. I know they did much earlier with Mickey Mouse, or the Steamboat Willie version, but Mickey Mouse is pretty much the poster boy of the company, so losing but a fraction of that, it might hit a little hard. To be clear, for most, this is not even your father's Mickey and Minnie Mouse, who are entering the grab bag marketplace of adaptations Monday. The public has gained the rights to creatively use the breakout black and white Disney character strictly as they appear in 1928 animated short films, Steamboat Willie, as well as the year's silent version of the short film Playing Crazy. So, and another thing, I wonder how many other things that Disney have, or characters or trademarks that might hit the domain, hit public domain, since Disney is kind of fallen to the wayside. But that remains to be seen. This co-optable version of Rascally Mickey is described by some scholars as rat-like and lacking his well-known published look and garb. Yet this early Mickey, as rendered by Walt Disney and UB Earwork during the Jazz Age, is all yours. No gloves, no shirt, full service. Well, I mean, the idea is they're going to it's probably going to be made into a maybe a shit tier game, like shovelware on Steam. And it might become a shit tier movie. We'll have to see. I definitely believe the movie thing. I mean, Winnie the Pooh became a shit tier movie, and I think it made millions. Like, I think it was cobbled together with what, 10, 15 grand and made 5 mil. Now, 5 mil and it just as a basic movie is atrocious, But a movie like Pooh, Blood and Honey, which was only made with 20 grand to like 10 grand, that's huge. Jennifer Shinkins, a law professor and director of Duke University Center for the Study of the Public Domain, says that from a copyright angle, trademark considerations are a different matter. You can use Mickey and Minnie 1.0 from Steamboat Willie and Plain Crazy, but you cannot use the aggregated later Mickey that, for example, appears in one of my favorite films, Fantasia. You cannot use the copyrightable aspect of the character from later. Still, in copyright works. I do believe trademark is a little bit more litigious than in copyright. Like, I know, like, for Star Wars, for example, everything between the Darth Vader breathing to the sound of the lightsaber is trademarked. So, say if you wanted to make your own Star Wars, one, good fucking luck. Two, I mean, you just simply cannot use those very specific things. That's just them amongst a lot of things that are trademark. And to my knowledge, you absolutely have to defend your trademark, because if you just choose to let a couple of things roll out with your trademark, you'll very well lose the trademark. So, and that's been Disney's, as well as other companies' greatest weapon. Though copyright, to an extent, is a big thing. Trademark is absolutely one of those things that big companies need to defend. So why the big deal then? If you can't adapt the characters as most people recognize him, creatively speaking, isn't this making a Matterhorn out of a molehill? Actually, any Mickey entering the public domain is meaningful for several reasons. Experts say. Well, I mean, of course, if the experts say it, you have to believe it. I mean, I can tell you why. You're going to have a lot of shit tier movies, a lot of shovelware games, a lot of adaptations just springing out the ether. And the question is, why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you exploit these things? I mean, when Mickey first appeared in Steamboat Willie, it was a game changer, says Joe Woes, a cartoon historian and an Emmy-winning host of PBS Cartoon Academy. It was one of the first sound cartoons with Walt himself providing Mickey sounds. What set Steamboat Willie apart was the emotional storytelling. This is before my time. I always thought that thing looked fucking creepy. And you have games like Bendy and the Ink Machine, which, I mean, it kind of takes off that whole horror slash drawing aspect and kind of built upon that. But I definitely see other things building upon that building block. But yeah, I mean, I'm not going to go through all of this, but be prepared. I mean, I think this is a good thing. Like, indie studios, independent people using what was well established trademarks and benefiting off them is always a good thing. Leads to more creativity, even if it's going to be shit tier works. So, this is a good thing. This is good. This is good. But anyway, that's all I gotta say about this. See ya.